G'day everybody and welcome to Dog Shadow Gaming, the channel where we live to game and game to live. As always, I'm Belth and today we're looking at a new legendary campaign for, you guessed it, Tiktaq'to. Now, I am pretty keen for this one. I've had a little bit of a play with him, tried to get the stuff rolling, and he is loads of fun. We're going to have a really cool aerial sort of army with him. It's loads of fun, and in later stages we get to do a lot of blessed units. It's just, he is quite a lot of fun. I'm not a huge Lizardman fan, to be honest with you. I'm a Skaven boy myself, and Empire and all those sort of goodies, but this guy, I think, even though he's the free LC and a lot of people are like, eh, I actually quite like him. I think he brings a really unique and dynamic gameplay that's amazing. So anyway, stay with us. We'll be right back after this with all the action. Alright guys, welcome back. Let's get into it. Now, I'll just go through quickly what he's about and I'll explain a little bit of the campaign. So, Rites of Zunki, I apologize in advance, I'm not going to be able to pronounce half of this stuff. Resets the campaign movement range of all armies and characters when performed. Now, this is stronger than it at first appears, and I'll show you a bit later in the campaign. Skink Heroes start with Pterodon mounts. This is really cool. Again, you're playing into this very aerial combat-focused army. Campaign line of sight, plus 25, all characters, very good. Pterodons gain a unique battle ability. We're going to talk more about that when we get in. Upkeep, minus 50% for Pterodon riders, Ripperdactyls riders units. So that is excellent for him. Like, again, pushing down that real aerial combat. Melee attack plus 10 when fighting in foreign territory. That's just a good little buff in itself. So we start with some Skinks here. Skink Skirmishers is a really good unit just to get started off. We get some Pterodon riders with Fire Leech Bowlers. Now these guys are amazing. They're anti-infantry. You can drop fire, just death from above. They're amazing. They have fire attacks on their ammunition, which is really good. They actually got fairly decent melee and defense as well. So pretty damn good, and they have very high missile damage there with, you know, missile damage at 74, which is really cool. And 22 ammunition, they're no joke. They're really good. Then you get buffs for having him as well. And then we start off with some good old Cold One riders, armored and shielded, armor piercing, predatory senses, primal instincts. This is very important. One of the abilities for Tiktaq'to actually stops those rampages, which is really cool. We're gonna go legendary as always, and very hard on the battles. That's our custom generally. Now, race attributes, geometric web, settlements are linked by network, which boosts the power of commandments. Cool. Special spawning period missions allow access to powerful blessed variants of certain units. And this is good because later on that gives you just some more options, which is great. Beasts suitable for every task, though some are so ferocious they may lose control and charge ahead. Now, again, we have an ability that we start with, and I'll show you soon, that actually stops this if you've got the Lord around, which is really cool. Okay, guys, I'm really excited. Let's get into it. Tiktaq'to, to cast his keen eye across the ancient Southlands, once home to many sacred bastions of the Old Ones. A sundering of the original megacontinent in an earlier age had split the land from Lustria, causing many of its temple cities to be cut off from the Great Plan. Now, from new Ares established in the highest ruins of Tiktaq'to, the Master of Skies sets out to protect the treasures of the Old Ones. I'm going to promise in advance, I'm just going to apologize in advance, I am going to butcher these names. By all means, call me out in the comments, guys. No, I'm going to butcher them. It's going to happen. There's nothing I can do. Well, I will try my best not to, but it's probably going to happen, guys. I'll let you know right now. All right, so we should be getting into the first phase, or first, I suppose, opening sequences.
Master of Skies, you are far from Lustria, but the ancient jungles of the Southlands are in need of your protection. For there are many who seek the treasures of the Old Ones. Sudenburg encroach upon these lands, ambitious empire men who are also far from home. Expect them to raid the deserts for treasure and gold as they look to gain the favor of the Emperor. The desert kingdoms to the east are controlled by the Tomb Kings. Death does not hold these unrelenting creatures back, but they bicker with one another, which can be used to your advantage. To the north, the coast of Araby is controlled by men of Bretonia. Be cautious when dealing with them. They fight against the undead, but also look to profit from these lands, as do the greybeard dwarfs. Mazda Mundi's will has been made known. You, Tiktaq'to, must patrol the skies and defend these lands for the Great Plan.
Alrighty. The Great Plan is in action. How they play Tiktak'to. Tic-Tac-Toe has access to unique right called the Right of Zunki. I think it's Zunki, guys. This will grant additional action points to all armies and heroes across Tiktak'to faction for the turn in which it was used. So basically you get one extra move. So you're gonna just use it and you're gonna get this massive huge turn again, which is really cool. It's like you can do a double turn in one hit. Used correctly, this can be very, very effective. Additional skink chiefs or priests recruited by Tic-Tac-Toe will be granted pterodons to command by default, which is cool. Delivery of Itza, first off, the slain mage priest spawned upon the world. Venerable Lord Croak may be awoken by any and all of the children of the Old Ones to witness and command his near unimaginable power in turning cities and worlds into ruin. Cool, and then we got the geometric web, blessing spawns, which we talked about before. So all good. Excellent. Alrighty, now this first episode, guys, is going to be close to an hour. As always, if you really like it, then do smash that like button as we're talking right now. And let me know you enjoy it, because if you don't enjoy it, if I don't get a lot of views on it, then I won't, you know, there's a lot of content to cover. So there's no point doing things that people aren't really enjoying. So do leave a like, do leave comments. If you're new around here, do hit up that subscribe. And yeah, check out all the links down below. Let's get into it. Occupying Loot, Raise, or Sack 2 different settlements, the Master of Skies in Hexawattle, highest ranking Skink Chief, was whose responsibility it is to take on any and all assignments considered to be important to the Great Plan. Lord Master Mundi decreed to re-establish human influence over the land shall be carried out with swift obedience. So we get 2k for that, that's our starting sort of standard geo. Now straight away here, we're gonna go straight up into here. We're gonna want the bits and pieces that gives us, oh, hang on one second. So going up here gives us the Red Crested Skinks, which are our Armor Pierce unit. We get some more, we get Skirmishers, and then we get our Skink Chief, which is pretty important. So we're gonna want them a little bit later. Also, then we get our Chameleon Skinks, obviously, our Salamander Hunting Pack, which these guys are quite cool. And then Coxgores, as always, and Ancient Salamander, which will be a lot of fun. So cool bananas, we want to get that moving, and we want to try and secure our beginning province. Now we do start off, as far as politically, we're okay with the Greybeards, which is lucky because we're right next to them, and we're trading with them, so they'll be pretty steadfast partners. We don't have to worry too much about them. We're at war with Sudenberg, so we do want to take them out fairly quickly. We're going to be aware, obviously, of the Blood Axe tribe rolling around, and the Rakov's dynasty will leave us alone at the start a little bit, I think, but I reckon they're going to become a problem later on, so that's something that we just need to consider. To start us off though, guys, let's get straight up rolling into our first battle and see what we can do with this particular little army. So we have a 50-50 chance here. This is pretty standard for a first fight. Always fight the first fight. Excuse me while I have a drink here. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Let me know in the comments down below what you're thinking. Are you enjoying the Tic-Tac-Toe campaign? If you're playing it, have you played it? What do you think of him? How are you building his armies? I'd love to hear how other people are building his armies. There's kind of two ways to build him, which is really, really cool. It's heavily slanted towards one way, I'd have to say, but there are multiple ways to build him. Okay, so let's pop our army out here and see what we're playing with. I kind of like to start that way and then we go from there. I'm going to roll these guys. They're just going to roll straight up in the guts. Now, we're going to want to use these guys to flank on those archers. He does have two archers. As we pull forward, they're going to go to the back, so we're going to be wanting to move around there. So I feel like what we're going to do is going to whack him in the trees for now. And we'll get them moving shortly. Now, our Pterodon Riders, and this is really cool, our Pterodon Riders can get in there pretty quickly. We have to be careful because there are two archer units, but I'm fairly sure we can bully them out fairly quickly. We'll get our leader over there to also bully, and we can, on top of that, get some harass straight in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to harass and force these guys to pull back behind their lines. It's going to cause some confusion and allow us to get in while they're not shooting, because they're gonna, like the archers are gonna pull back, right? As soon as you face check them, they're gonna pull back. And then we're gonna use our pterodons. This is fairly standard practice. If you can get, they can't fire while they're moving, right? The Empire. So if you can just harass them and bully them, then they're not firing at you while your guys are moving in. Now, we do have the cold ones here. Now, the only danger to the cold ones, realistically, are the spearmen, and you can see how they've set them up on the flanks to deal with that. So what we're going to do fairly quickly is we're going to start moving these guys running straight in, but we're going to attack the spearmen. Try and take out the threat to these guys, and then they can mop up archers. So it's going to be kind of multi-use here. We're going to roll these guys up slowly as they go. So first things first, we're just going to pop our skinks into one of that and that, just so that we've got quick movement as much as we can. Okay, so here we go, and go. Okay, we're gonna move these guys forward, move them forward. We're gonna put them on that. Got our guys coming forward here, and look at that damage. Gonna move forward again. Remember, our aim is to try and get rid of these. Going to just attack them, and then we're going to move over here. Okay, here we go, back over this way. Let's try it. We want to break the spearmen if we can. Okay, I forgot to move these guys up. Let's move them up here. Pop them there. All right, so go in here. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to charge in there. We've got Tiktakq'to. He's moving on them. These units are now going to be firing in. Let's try and get rid of these guys here. Move these guys up to engage that spear unit. Again, they are our only real danger. These guys are heading straight for the archers here. Right? The archers are getting mangled. Because remember, these guys are anti-infantry, so they're easily able to take this out. We do need to keep an eye on, obviously the computer is moving in. And now they've seen the danger here and they're gonna pull out. But that's fine. Now, they're attacking there. Let's have them attack on here. Okay, getting rid of those. Yeah, actually, we want to be attacking. That's all right. They're shooting him in the back here, so we're getting maximum effect. Oh, a pterodon riders. They need to get out. We got to charge these guys in the back. Ooh, that was unfortunate. I didn't pull them out quick enough. Okay, they're not going to be braced, so we're going to get this charge. Okay, and then we're going to pull out again. Pterodon riders will come back. Tiktakq'to is doing his job over here. How are we going over here? They've broken, but that's okay. Yeah, they're getting rid of them. We've taken minimal damage here. Let's get back into here. Pull back out again. Keep pulling out. But we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to do that. Okay. Okay, now shooting them in the back. Okay, now that we've out-juked them down here, we're going to move up here. So a couple of mistakes here straight off the bat. Not utilizing the... Now, one of the things here, guys, shooting from the front and the back. Remember that on the back, they have no shield. So this is getting maximum amount of effect. And a cross-firing, which is great. We're going to come in here. We're going to clean these guys up. Then we're going to go clean them up. That'll be rid of all their archer units. Okay, we do need to pull these pterodons out. Okay, they're now going to be routing. So we've gotten rid of both of their archer units. Okay, we don't need to worry about the Lord right now. Just keep whittling down these units here. Now the only ones that these guys can't really deal with are these guys here, right? Our cold one knights. Yeah, okay, so let's get him cleaning those up. Now these guys cannot do anything with that, so they do have plenty of... That's what I forgot to do. I forgot to take that off. So that's a lesson for you guys. I forgot to take off the melee, which is why they jumped back into melee when I really just wanted them to shoot. However, we still got, what is there, 5 of them, and we've got almost full on there. So we can now just sit here, now that the archers are gone, and we can shoot it out, sort of our whim, realistically. Okay, they're both being used. Let's go hit these guys in the back. Actually, you know what? Pull these guys away. Now these guys will never catch them. We're out of ammunition here. Actually, they can just keep firing and whittling them down. It's cool. I'm gonna move over here. We're gonna drop a bomb on these guys. Right, they're good now. Move them back across. Broken. So they're not coming back. They've got no ranged fire. So there's nothing that can actually affect our Pterodon riders. So now if we put these guys kind of together, these guys are going to continue to fight, to shoot here at them. Move them in here. These guys are just rolling them around. Okay, they're doing their job there. Okay, these guys are going to get wiped out any second now. And we're going to roll into the back of these guys. We'll wait till they get a bit closer and then we'll hit them. In the front there, these guys are gone. Let's go drop a bomb on them, make sure they don't come back. This bomb here is pretty cool. Small strike area, strong versus multiple combatants. Enemies hit with explosion are slow by 30 seconds. So it does a bit of everything, realistically. Should be enough to get rid of them. And they are anti-large. Now also, just be careful that Tiktak'to is classed as large, right? So obviously all of you, these guys are all large. Gotta be very aware of that. We're gonna leave the Pterodons to do their business there. They're broken. We're gonna hit these guys in the rear. You notice I've completely ignored the general. Tiktak'to early on is not great at the one-on-one battles. You don't really want to put him in. Think of him as a caster in some regards. You can put points into him to make him better, but early on, he's really more buffing and you know, he can take out, he's very good at taking out archer units and bits and pieces like that. Yeah, we're gonna do a multi-charge here. Okay. Flanked in multiple ways, so they're now gonna be completely, they're gonna get shattered pretty quickly, wiped out. Alright, so basically he's got nothing left. Once these guys are gone, he'll have nothing left. We don't want them fighting in the melee. Now, you can do it with a lot less damage than this, so I made that big mistake up here of sending them back into battle. They would have been okay from where they were, and also I got caught by the spearmen up here because I was buggerizing around down here. So be aware of that. They will go down pretty quickly just to anti-large. Alright, now we're just bullying them here. That's pretty much it. Once this is done, he'll go for army losses. Pop these guys up here, actually, we don't want them getting involved. Tiktak'to's he's gonna charge him. Now we are gonna attack here because he's on his own. He should be getting pretty low due to army losses. We'll get a charge in the rear. I sort of want to tie him up a bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, shattered. We kind of want to bring him down to as low life as we can. So we're gonna speed this up. We are going to pop out these guys on them, try and wipe them out. Slowly putting the damage in. That there. These guys will just leave. Yeah, slowly wiping them out. Okay, they're wiped out. Bring this guy down to as little health as we can. Now, I don't want to kill him here, because then you just get a fresh lord. What I want to do is just bring him down to like a sliver. As low as we can get him. Having trouble seeing him at the moment. Okay, that's pretty good. We're in the battle there. All right. So that's our first victory. A couple of mistakes there early game, but we didn't come out of it too bad. They'll get replaned on that fairly quickly. So you can see that there's a lot of utility with these guys. You just got to keep them away, obviously, from that anti-large, but huge utility, which is really, really cool. The fireballers are really, really good. It gets a little, like we're only using one there, it gets a little bit more when you're using 3 and 4, and you'll see that soon. But there are techniques to doing it, and I'll talk about how to do them. And then you've got your skinks. Skinks are pretty useful. 2v1, you can sort of, it's a lot of, with the skinks, it's a lot of just sort of skirmishing. There's a lot of skirmishing and really whittling down troops before you even get into the battle with them. And they're not very expensive, so that's something to remember. We're going to get 8% off this. Unit experience. Recently killing captives, blah, 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 which is nice. 8% is okay. We're gonna take the captives here. Give ourselves a little experience. It also gives us some captives, which is cool. Leadership +4 when fighting against men. Very nice. Yeah, all good. Right, so something straight away we're gonna go. Oh, wrong one. Now, it does start off with Blade of the Ancient Skies, which gives us Public Order +3, Leadership +5, Passive Blade of the Ancient Skies, Self-Flying, Armor-Piercing Damage, Weapon Damage, and Melee Attack. So, I mean, it's a good, really good one to have. Then we got the Trickster's Shard here, Magic Resistance here. Ward Save Hex, which is cool. So he gets quite a bit of that. Eye of the Heaven, obviously we already know about that. So, yeah, pretty good. Drop Sphere of Topek, which is the one I showed you before. Focus Instincts, it stops Rampage, which is cool. Stop Rampage. Blade of the Skies. Vanguard Deployment. Encourage, which is cool. He does cause fear, which is very, very cool. Resilience, Missile Resistance, and Physical Resistance. So he's pretty good, actually. Like, I quite like him as a Lord. Like, a lot of people said he's just very average. I think he's pretty cool. You're gonna do Ramp Matcher, as you always do in the first one. Oh, I should go through that, shouldn't I? Hang on, wrong one. Okay, so real quick, guys. This is the first one we get at level 8. Campaign Movement Range +10. Passive Mask of the Heavens, which provides melee defense and 18 armor. And then you've got Attribute Perfect Vigor, which is very, very cool. I think it's just himself, though, yeah. Missile Resistance, obviously, good for a flying unit. And then Protection of the Old Ones, Magic Resistance, very, very nice. So, we got this. This is the Sphere that I showed you before. Precision Strike +10. That's level 12. Fearless Leader. Okay, cool. Aerial Superiority. Physical Resistance, 10% for Pterodon Riders, Ripidactyls, speed +10 for Pterodon. This is really, really good. Ammunition +25. Again, really pushing down that aerial combat. That's for the Lord's Army. Ares Finest, recruitment rank +3 for Pterodons, casualty replenishment rate. Available after liking Precision Strike, which we get at level 12. Casualty replenishment plate 15 for Pterodons. So again, really pushing it down. Hero capacity, and then we get another one of these, which just ups it a bit. So that's pretty much it. Then you've got blessings. So these are the different blessings ones. So hit points +10, construction time 1 for capital settlements, buildings, local provinces, income from settlement buildings +2, armor +10, upkeep for Saurus infantry and temple guard. Now these guys it's not like the Prophet where you're getting a discount or you're getting these massive debuffs or negative gearing towards Saurus. You can have Saurus, you just can't. Upkeep -20 for Saurus infantry and temple guard units. Now that is pretty damn good. Now where do we get that? That's level 10. Available at rank 10, magic wins, magic resistance +5. You can start to see where the army would be kind of, you're getting a fairly solid front line, good tanky ground force, and then you're going to get a really, really good aerial force. You're going to use them together. Character Aura leadership +5, ambush success chance +20%, income from post-battle. Public order. So think about this. Ambush success chance +20%. Ambush success chance +30%. Start to get a bit of an idea, yeah? Blessed Itzel, leadership +10 during combat leadership for Stegodons. -20% for Pterodon, Ripidactyl, Riders, Salamanders, Hunting Pack, Cold One, Ancient Salamanders. Again, really, really cool. So you can sort of use it any way you want, right? You only get to pick one, obviously. But you can sort of start to go, okay, well, you know, where do I put this? Because some of these are really, really good. I mean, this one is, if you're going for that, like, Pterodon army, or Ripidactyl army, that's really, really good. Plus, you know, then you've got your Stegodon, Bastildon, Pterodon, Carnosaurs. So you could have a bunch of really, like, big-ass units down the bottom, or on you, as a ground force, and then run a very, very high-end air force there, which is really, really cool. And then, you know, we've got basic stuff for him, the yellow line. I don't tend to go down the yellow line that much. It's just not that amazing, in my opinion. Certain characters can be really good. This is all fairly standard, guys. Pterodon Riders, Ripidactyls, +5. So this is a good one to go down fairly early to buff your Pterodons and your Ripidactyls. They are going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting for you. Yeah, okay, cool. We won't go too far into that one. We're going to go now up to here. Now, just here, I can't quite get to him. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull back just to here. We're going to get some replenishment here, which is good, a little bit. And then we are going to go a couple of skinks. Now, I go the skink cohort with javelins because you're getting a little bit of missile infantry and then you get the attack. And if you have a look between them, okay, they're a little bit more expensive, but these guys just go straight in, right? Their stats are exactly the same. You're just adding 3 ammunition, 80 range, and 80 missiles. And this is just adds to that whittling down damage. So yeah. We're going to get 3 of those, and we're going to turn this turn. As always, guys, I am going to cut all the turn timers out, so you don't... It is Mortal Empires, after all. You don't have to sit through minutes of boring rubbish. I'm just going to cut them all out, and then we're going to read through what happens in the, you know, the turn timer. If anything major happens, I will leave it in, but otherwise, I just go through and take out all the boring parts for you. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about that. Okay, and we're back with a turn 2. Units recruited, so we got our 3 Skink Hawk. Nothing else has happened through the turn, so that's pretty straightforward. We've got our buildings building here, and we need to make a move. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to move straight in to Coaxal. Coaxal? Yeah, we're just going to fight this one. All right, so armored and shielded, so Sudenberg, he does have he does have an Empire General. So guys, early on, as I said, with Tic-Tac-Toe, you kind of want to ignore these guys a little bit and just roll down their army, just blow it to smithereens. As I said, until you get sort of a skink chief or something in your army to be able to sort of go toe-to-toe a little bit with these guys, then you can sort of goon squad them at that point. Okay, so we're gonna fight. So there's like a corridor down, and then we got some flanking pieces here. So again, we're gonna roll the... Now, we have to be careful with these guys because they have taken a little bit of damage. So we're gonna pull them back to here. We are gonna roll forward as quickly as we can though. And we're gonna bully as much as we can with our skinks a little bit. And just get whatever damage we can on them. Now, something to bear in mind. You do have your these guys here. Meh, whatever. We're going to roll these guys up the side and see if we can't get in. And then you've got your spear line here. Now, they're pretty much going to advance up. And then they're just going to shoot, basically, as much as they can. Keep them wide. Not too wide, actually. Just wide enough to roll through the trees without sort of getting caught. And their job, they're already on skirmish, toggle skirmish, so just be aware of that. We want them to use up their ammunition as much as possible. It's a lot of ammunition coming forward towards them. And then we're gonna have the bones here just to sort of... They're gonna sort of be a distraction. Everyone will jump on them and these guys will just surround and sort of shoot, and then they can charge in when they want to. Kind of want them to blow up a little bit if we can. Tiktakq'to is gonna roll up with the pterodons here, but we're gonna wait until we sort of have an idea of where the best use of them is. So again, we're gonna use these guys, put them in 1, put you in 2, Tiktakq'to. I'm gonna throw you into 3 there, man. Okay, so he's ready to rock and roll. We're all ready to go here. Let's get the ball rolling, shall we? Move you up here. Again, we want to be focusing down on those spears if we can. There's no archers here, so we can move forward as we like. We've got our fire leech bowlers. Okay. Now we're going to pull around here. And boom. Excellent. Now, let's just fire at these guys here. And remember, our job here is to try and take out our danger to our cav if we can. Shooting them in the back wherever possible. Tiktakq'to's going to move across here. And... excellent. Okay, now, they've pulled off here, which is great. We've managed to pull 2 away. Sometimes that distraction is all you need. Notice how they're just sort of moving, constantly sticking and moving. I'm going to pull these guys out. We don't want them to fight. We just want to keep using our ammunition up. Whittling them down as much as possible. These guys are almost gone. Let's pull them out. And then we'll move in. We'll get the charge, and then we're looking to move again. Okay, they weren't braced at all, so we've got the main charge on that one. Okay, let's go and shoot these guys. Move these guys out. Pull them back. Okay, pretty much done. Ammunition's done there. Let's keep moving here. Yep. Cool, we're gonna send these guys... Actually, we'll send the bones after them. Bones. We'll send the clubs after them, the skink cohort here. Go after these guys. I want you to move out. They're gone. Focus down the skinks on this guy here. We'll just whittle him down. Charge again. Okay, then pull out. I don't want to get caught by these anti-large spears. I'm going to move these guys in here. Start dealing with that spear unit. They're going to roll them off the field. These guys to move over here. Okay. Attacking here. Shooting here. Shooting here. Both skin cohorts shooting in there. They're not going to do huge damage to me. There's a lot of armor here, but this is just sort of poison. Slowly whittling him down. We're just using... I'm going to charge in the rear now. We'll break them. Be careful with these guys. They're not shooting your own people. That's one you need to be careful of, because it does have sort of an explosion effect. They're about to break, and it's all done. Again, we ignored the Lord in this one because going toe-to-toe with Tiktakq'to just wouldn't have worked. Now that he's under lots of fire though and he's starting to come down, we might be able to get in there and have a bit of a go with him. Okay, all broken. And that'll be pretty much all she wrote. Once they're dealt with. Now I'd be saying, Belth, you're overly cautious. Guys, there's nothing wrong with being cautious in a legendary campaign on very hard battles. Outside of going to a Steel Faith Overhaul mod, this is as hard as it gets in the campaign. Or using mods. And I do really love Steel Faith Overhaul. I honestly feel it's a great mod. So if you haven't tried it, I do highly recommend you do so. It certainly ups the difficulty of the campaign considerably. Okay, there we go. Okay, we took 11 losses. Not too bad, not too bad. Again, so the key here, guys, early on is to use your ranged advantage to its best ability. Low-level troops don't have huge amounts of armor, even though the spearmen have the shields and all the rest of it. You still, I mean, basically, you're just keeping them running around. You're kiting and killing, and that'll do most of your work early on. You just need to be, pretty cognizant of that. And then you pick your battles. So again, it's about picking your battles. Use your ammunition, use up, whittle them down as much as you can, and then pick the right battles. Quite often what you'll find is they'll end up chasing your skink cohorts or your skink spearmen and that. They'll chase them and break up and pull themselves out of formation. And then you can get those rear charges, you can shoot them in the back. This is really important early game. So we're going to occupy, obviously, that's our first province. And we're now... Yeah, first person by level 2. It is important to move quickly, guys. Move quickly. Legendary campaigns are not... there are times when you do need to sit and replenish, and there are other times when you just need to move quick. If you hang around, you wait too long, or you consolidate, you can get punished for it quite considerably. Obviously, I'm going to go for Inspiring Presence straight off. We're running with a lot of skinks, so this is important to keep them in the fight. Now, what have we got here? Right, so we've got weapons +6 for all units, local armies, recruitment +1 for all units, recruitment cost 15%, local armies, leadership +4. Not too bad. Army ability number of uses +2 for Holy Stellar. A chance of plague spreading -20, plague duration -20, enemy hero success chance, siege holdout time +2. Okay. Winds of magic power reserve +1, research rate +2. Income from all buildings +4, growth +20, public order. Nice. Considering we're on legendary, we're getting that huge debuff to public order, which is, wow, something, isn't it? We're going to get rid of that straight away because we're going to keep that in our main settlement for now, and we'll maybe put it back in there later, but for now we want to keep it here because it is a level 5 building, so you do need to have it in here anyway. Later on, if we don't need it, we can put it in there, but we'll see. Now, starting off, guys, I'm kind of going to go with this, just because it's going to allow us to recruit a little bit more, which is going to bring down our cost. It's going to up our recruitment rank, and then once I've recruited enough to do what I need to do, I'll then pop through and go into income and obviously public order. So let's start here. Take a turn to come into fruition for us. We're gonna recruit a couple. Recruit a couple of these guys, just to start us off with. Yeah, we're gonna go 3 of those guys. This gives us our ground force a little bit, and the next one we'll get some more air force going. Yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I'm gonna replan a little bit, and yep, that's it. I think we don't need to do much more at this stage. Okay, welcome back to turn 3. Let's go through our world events, what's been happening. So, construction's finished on our spawning pool, and then the demolish of it in Quaxel. Obviously, that's done. War declared. The Greybeards over to our left here have declared against the Blood Axe tribe, and the Thegan entry, which is up here to our north, has also declared on the Black tribe. So that's cool. They'll keep them busy. They shouldn't be down with us for too long. We've successfully recruited our 3 skink cores, and we can now start with some research of a technology tree. So ammunition +20 for skinks. Yep, that's pretty good. So we'll be taking that one. We'll go into here now. We can now pop something in here. I'm going to go for cash. Now, normally I would probably go for casual replenishment rate and growth, but I just want... I kind of want cash early on. Yeah, I'm going to go for cash. Because we're already researching 1 tablet already, so we won't need that for a little bit. Casual replenishment rate isn't too bad. We pick up there, physical resistance. We've got physical resistance. Very nice. Okay, so we're looking good. Now I'm gonna move up to the border here, just so that I can get a bit of eyes on what's happening here. What have we got in here? Fairly low garrison. With only 1, he's got 1 lord there. This guy is too far out to do anything. And you've got a fairly small garrison. Now there is walls, that's true, but there's not a lot going on here. So he is recruiting though, so we don't want him to add too much to that.
Absolutely
right?
not.
Now, as it stands, if we have a look here, we've got sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6, plus we've got the Skinks. We've got the coal ones. The Pterodons are almost back to full strength. And then we've got the Skink cohort here. What we're going to do... We can get a Skink chief here. What have we got? Charge bonus plus 10. That'd be cool. Immune to psychology. Leadership plus 2 all units. Now that's pretty good. Charge bonus on, because remember they're going to get spawned speed and attribute Strider. We don't need Strider. Speed isn't too bad, but charge bonus and immune to psychology would actually be pretty good because that means they're going to stick out and fight. Leadership plus 2 all units in the army, which is also pretty nice. He's going to be our sort of... He's going to get in there and bully and stuff. So I think immunity would be nice. Psychology and then the charge bonus will work well. What's it going to cost us? It's going to cost us 1,000. He's going to cost about 123. Yeah, I think that's worth it. Now, he can't go in this turn, but he can in the next turn. So we're going to take one more turn here. Or do we? Or do we? If I move on this quick, we're fighting basically very little units which we will be able to shoot and bowler. He's only got 2 archers there. This guy can't get in to help. And he's only got the one Empire Captain there. I think, you know what we're going to do? We can't do it yet. Alright, so we'll do it on the next one. So yeah, alright, so we're going to take one more turn here and we're going to go 3 of these guys. Okay. And that starts to move our Air Force up into it, yeah? Which is cool. We get the +1 for all the recruits, which is nice. And we've now got a fairly significant Air Force, and we're going to use them to basically their Vanguard deployment, poison attacks, fire whilst moving, death from above. So they can drop bowlers on them. They get a double bowler. They then shoot poison sort of attacks, which means you can sort of set them up and shoot at anything they can't shoot back with impunity. Once you get rid of any archer units, you've basically got impunity to just sit there and take stuff out. So that's what we're going to do. I think that's kind of it for us for this turn, though. In the next turn, we're going to move him in. Can't move him in yet. And then we're going to move towards them. Let's get going into turn 4. See you after the turn, guys. Okay, welcome back after the turn, and let's have a quick look. We've recruited our Pterodons here, but nothing else has really happened over the turn, so we're pretty good. We're going to move our Skink Chief into our army. He's going to give us some replenishment, which is great, and we're pretty much ready to rock and roll. Now, we still haven't got this. Formed will unlock after reaching rank 5. Is that cool? So let's what are we gonna do here? I wonder. We're gonna move up here. Pretty happy if he wants to sally forth and have a go at us. He certainly may, if he wants to have that shot. But otherwise, we are ready to come at him. So there's not a lot else here to do for this turn. We've got 3 turns left on this, and that's really it, guys. See you after the turn. Okay, welcome back after the turn, and our building here has been done, which is cool. We're going to get a bit more cash. Outside of that, not much else happened, which was cool. We're now ready to attack. And we're going to move in here, and we're going to hit them. We're going to be fighting. He's got these guys here, which is okay. And then you got 2 more here, so you're going to be fighting. Was it 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 here. So they are going to, and then you've got obviously the garrison here, which is pretty small. So you are going to be outnumbered in this one. So it is something that we have to be aware of. We are going to be outnumbered. But welcome to Legendary. We're going to fight that one in the next episode, guys. As always, thank you very much for watching. We are sitting on about 51 minutes, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, do hit up that like button. It really, really helps the channel out a lot. If you're new around here, hit up the subscribe, and that'll keep you going. Guys, I've just found out from some of the bigger YouTubers that subscribing, although it helps to see things, doesn't actually guarantee you want to see anything. You have to actually click the bell icon if you actually want to be told that the new episode is out. So do click that bell icon if you're going to subscribe or liking, or you haven't already clicked the bell. Hit it up now, guys, and then you'll know when I've put out new episodes. It'll actually tell you. Outside of that, guys, if you are really enjoying the content, you've been around here for a while and you want to help support the channel, you can check the links down below for the Patreon, the Twitch, streaming links, all the links for everything, all down below. So check that out. As always, guys, do leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think of the campaign? All that sort of jazz. And that's it. That's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for your time, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye.